G'day, it's Monday morning and welcome back to another week at Into Music Drum Store. So it's nice and early on Monday morning and I've beat Ollie in for once, but I wasn't here Friday and I wasn't here over the weekend, so I'm just taking a walk around the shop, seeing what's sold, seeing what Ollie's brought in over the weekend. If you haven't seen it, we had Jamie from Ludwig Drums Europe down last week and we filmed a video on the new Colosseum snares and the John Theodore. If you haven't seen it, watch here somewhere, I'll tag it. But we took these, the Colosseum in aluminium and the Colosseum in maple for a spin on a video, and we chatted all about them and some of the other new products. But we filmed the video on our Ludwig display, so we had to rip all of this off, and we actually had a busy day last Tuesday when we was in filming the video. The shop was manic and there was people in all the time, and I had basically just torn all of this off, made the shop a bomb site, and some of you guys had to climb over stock to get to what you want to see in store. So it's all back. It's all nice and tidy again now, and we're really, really well stocked on the Ludwig display by the looks of it. All the snare drums you could imagine. Still got this Vista light here. This has had a lot of attention, but still no biters. So as far as I'm aware, it's the only one available right now in this setup in the clear that you can just get straight away. So £3,150 for a clear Vista light, 22, 13, 16. So yeah, Ludwig's all back to normal now. Ollie's got that nice and tidy for me. We took a delivery of some Sonor vintage last week as well. Let's just have a look what else we've got going on. So we brought this in at the end of last week as well. This is a Ludwig Classic Maple. So this is used, believe it or not. It's absolutely immaculate. There's one tiny nick on the bass drum there. But apart from that, it's absolutely immaculate. It's a downbeat size, so it's a 2014-12. And it's basically got more than £1,000 off it if you used to buy it brand new. 1,850 quid. One of the best sparkle finishes, typical Ludwig, love it. But I was just having a look at the pile of used cymbals that Ollie did on trade-ins on Saturday, and there's some really cool stuff in here. So there's like one of the original Meinl Byzants with like the old stamp and the old logo. So that's like a traditional 10-inch Byzant splash. It's pretty cool. Some PST5s. This is an old Paiste Formula 602. It's a medium 17. It works really well as a ride cymbal and it works really well as a crash. So real nice one that. Another Byzant's Foundry Reserve. What's that one, a 19? Yeah, 19 crash. We have brought so many of these in second hand recently. I don't know why, they're amazing. But yeah, there's that one. And this beast, look at this. This is a Z Custom Mega Bell 21 with the biggest bell I think I've ever seen on a ride cymbal. It's incredible. If you're a heavy player or you're looking for a bell that's really going to pierce some ears, this is the ride for you. So I think Ollie's processed all these already. I think they're just waiting to be priced, to be put on the wall. So if they're still available when this vlog goes out, they're available in the used section on our site. We also had that Istanbul delivery that I spoke about in the vlog a few weeks back. So there's some real nice stuff here. There's some 30th anniversary stuff, some Exist, some jazz, some traditional, lots. So I think Ollie's got all this processed and priced. We just need to have a tidy up on this Istanbul wall here, like we did with the Paiste stuff, and get it looking nice and full again. So that's the job for this week. Refresh all of this. But there's one more cymbal that Ollie took in on a Part X deal on Saturday, and it's this. And this isn't a naan bread, this is a cymbal. It's a Zildjian FX Raw Crash large bell. So done a bit of research. They do two of these. They do a small bell and a large bell. The size, I have no idea. Measure it from there to there, it's probably going to be about 20 inches. Measure it from there to there, it's probably about 16. So it is just a super trashy, real unusual cymbal. Walked into the dispatch room this morning and was greeted by this absolute mountain of stuff that just needs our attention this week. So this is deliveries for stock that needs unboxing and putting out on the shop floor. This is some hire jobs that was out over the weekend that have come back. Yeah, lots and lots to do. So before we can even tackle this, I think we've got around about 50 odd orders to try and get out the door. So I'm going to start prepping for those for when Ollie gets here. But first, I've got a very important job to do. So one of the reasons that I'm here early on this Monday morning is to tick some jobs off my wedding to-do list. We're getting married in September and we've been way too chill about everything, and over the weekend we sat down, got our heads in gear and started to crack on. So these are the final evening invitations that need sending out. These are for my family and friends, and some of them need posting out, and I haven't got time to go down and get a stamp, so I've come in early. I'm going to use our Royal Mail account on the computer and basically stick 6 before labels on them like we do when we're shipping out our products. So you know, I'm sure Ellie's going to love that. An amazing guy called Ben from Backbeat Jewellery is going to make my wedding band for me. So this is a damaged Meinl Byzance. It's got a huge crack in it. It's no good. Basically what he does is he melts these symbols down and turns them into wedding jewellery. So he's going to melt this down for me and make me my wedding band. There we have it, it's 2 o'clock and we've just finished all of our big orders for the day. So they're out here waiting for Parcel Force to come and collect. And I'm going to carry on with some smaller orders that are going out with Royal Mail. Unfortunately, Ollie's not feeling very well, so we've let him go home and rest so that he's hopefully fit and raring to go for a busy one tomorrow. So you saw me as well mid-morning. I was just doing some VAT and some sales reports because it was the end of the month yesterday. So we export all the sales reports, analyse everything, and also start to update the VAT spreadsheet at the same time. So that's what we were doing this morning. But for now, I'm going to carry on with these smaller orders, and then I'll catch up with you in a bit and show you some of the cool stuff that's landed this morning. I'm not great at this. That was one busy afternoon. I've literally been with customers from the minute I finished that last clip till right now, and it is nearly 25 to 6. The drum teacher's finished, everybody's gone home, and my last customer's just left. So thank you all so much for being very patient with me today, because it's been very busy this afternoon. So quick espresso to smash the last few tasks I need to do today, and then I'm going home for a rest. We've got quite a lot of kits backing up in the packing room, as you saw this morning, and there's one Yamaha kit in particular that I want to unbox. So I'm going to do that quick before I leave. So let's crack on with that. There we go. I promised you some shiny drums before we finish today, and it doesn't really get much shinier than that. A Yamaha Maple Absolute hybrid in gold sparkle. So this is a hybrid because it's maple, wenge and maple. I think that's how you say it, wenge, wengy, I'm not sure. But it's a really dense wood that's in the middle ply of the maple there. Hook lugs on all the toms, so it makes head changes really easy and a bit more precise on the tuning as well. These are some of the best mounts on a tom. These are awesome, love these. We've done a few of these recently for customers, so we thought, you know what, let's put one in stock. We haven't had one in a while. So we've done this one as a 22, 16, 12, 10, and then an 8 as well. So this is going to be hitting the website first thing tomorrow morning. Good morning. Tuesday starts here, and no, we haven't skipped a day. It's not Wednesday. I know this is my usual Wednesday seat, but I'm up and at it early. It's 7 AM, so apologies if I look a little bit rough. This morning I've just been onboarding some new product. As of this week, we're going to start selling Porter Davies drum thrones through the shop and online. So if you haven't seen what Porter Davies do before, it's a monitoring system that essentially sends a signal up through the stool so that you can feel your bass drum as you're playing. They're incredible. They're so good. I've owned one for a long time. We've got one on hire stock as well, which is very popular. And yeah, it just made sense to bring them in as a stock item. So they're due to land with us at any time this week. So what I wanted to do is get up early and make sure that we had everything loaded on the back end, all the codes in the system ready to go, so that when the products land, we can get straight on it and start selling. Oh, he's back.
Hello.
How you feeling?
Bit better, yeah.
Good.
I'm okay.
Kept that on to you.
Yeah.
What's going on today? What we got going on?
All sorts, to be honest. So usual with orders and everything like that. We've got a kit to build that a customer's already ordered, so he'll be coming in to collect. After processing all the Istanbul stuff, we've got to go and get that up on the wall, and then yeah, just a load of other bits really as well.
Sweet. Nice to see you back.
Yes.
Missed you. Important delivery just in. Finally, mesh pads for our DTX6 flagship models. If you watched the video last time, you'd know we've been waiting on these. They went missing. We didn't know where they was. We finally got the pad sets for these kits, and hopefully we'll get time to get one built and out on display for the weekend.
Just finished building this Yamaha Stage Custom Bop in the natural finish. It's already on an order from one of our customers. Also with the 1200D hi-hat stand. And then next job, we've finally got the mesh pads for the DTX6. Unbox them all, get them out on display, and we're done.
So, first chance I've had to pick up the camera today. Really successful meeting with Joe from Meinl and a really successful meeting with Tom and Dave from Hardcase. Some exciting things to come out of both of those meetings that I can't say anything about right now, but you'll find out about very soon. Just great guys to just chat with and spend the day. You know, it definitely reminds me why it's so good to be in this industry and dealing with the guys that we do. So yeah, really good day. Only got about an hour left now though, so whilst Ollie's cracking on with that Yamaha DTX6 mesh, I'm going to tackle our Istanbul wall and get these cymbals finally out on display. It's Wednesday and we're driving into work. If you watch these vlogs before, you'll know that usually a Wednesday is my work from home day to do all the boring admin stuff. Ralph's trying to creep in the shot there. Yeah, Wednesday is usually my boring admin day stuff, work from home, get everything ticked off the list. But I looked at the list last night and it didn't actually look that big. So I thought the weather's going to be good. And I feel like I owe you guys a bit of an apology as well, because the content in this video so far hasn't been fantastic, but we were so busy on Monday and I was on my own, so I didn't get a chance to pick up the camera. And yesterday was just back-to-back meetings, so nothing to show you there. Ollie just cracked on with his usual stuff and dealt with quite a few customers in store. So I thought, let's go into work, let's try and make today a little bit more interesting for the video. And also we've got some important deliveries that I think are due to land today. If you watched the vlog last week, you'll know about my project pile, or my auction buy pile, shall we say. And one of my other guilty pleasures to buy from the auction is flight cases. So as you've seen me wandering around the store, you probably see that we've got flight cases everywhere. We've got a flight case fridge, we've got a flight case coffee station, we've got flight cases for display, flight cases that we obviously use for the hire company to transport equipment as well, obviously. But yeah, if a flight case is going cheap, I'll buy it because we'll use it and turn it into something one day. So we've got quite a lot that we're storing at the minute, and recently we took out our counter from the shop just because it wasn't working where it was, and we never really put anything back in because we wasn't quite sure of what we wanted to do. So I've come up with the idea. I don't know how it's going to look, I don't know how big it's going to be, I don't even know what I'm going to do with it really, but we're going to try and take apart some of the flight cases that we've got, because we've got some pretty big ones, and use the parts to build a new counter that looks like a flight case but is a better size and more usable size, and it's actually can be used as a counter, so we're going to put shelves and stuff inside it. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to drag a few flight cases out in the sunshine and we're going to start to maybe dismantle, cut them up. I don't really know, we're winging it, we're going with it. But the meetings I had yesterday were a little bit about the UK drum show for 2025 as well, and basically confirming our presence there on the retail floor again this year. So this counter contraption thing that I want to build, I want to put proper flight case wheels on it, and then we can use it, because obviously we've got the UK drum show, we've got a lot of outside shows with the clinics and stuff that we're doing as well. So the plan is to try and build something that's mobile that we can use outside the shop as well as inside the shop. So, quick update on that DTX6 that you saw Ollie unboxing yesterday. We were trying to be clever and it backfired on us. Our plan was, because we thought the only upgrades were obviously the mesh pads and the bass drum, so we unboxed the pads and we were just going to put it on our other DTX6 demo kit rack and module and cymbals, but it turns out it's completely different. There's loads and loads of different parts. So basically we were going to do this and we can't. We just need to unbox the whole kit and build the new rack. It's got its own external hi-hat, better cymbals and stuff like that. So we started on this and we didn't really get time to finish. But I tell you what, these pads are looking really, really nice. We'll get Ollie to deep dive into that a little bit more once he's got it built tomorrow for you. Another exciting thing, look what's back. Recording custom metal shelled snare drums. Now, if you don't know, there was a bit of a time where these were not in production for a while, a few months. I think the factory or whoever they used, there was some issue anyway, and these weren't coming through. And the brass and the aluminium version of these Recording Customs are some of the most popular snare drums that we sold for a while. So it was quite a shame when we couldn't get any, but they're finally coming back through. Okay, so this is a flight case that I've dug out first. This is one of the biggest ones that I've got in the collection. And my plan is we're going to use this mainly for the board, but also for the flight case parts to obviously put back together and make the counter look like a flight case. So yeah, I've just started drilling out some of these rivets. Drills out really easily. We can drill out all of these parts, pile them up, start from scratch with the board and cut it down to what we need. I know it's maybe a little bit of a tedious job, but I don't like spending money. I don't like paying someone else to do stuff. I'd rather do it myself. So let's go. Well, that took a bit longer than expected, but it was a bit of a tedious job, just sort of like taking the case apart. But this is what we've got so far for the new counter. So that massive flight case that you saw me with this morning, we took all the hardware bits off it, apart from the front, and basically chopped it in half so that we've got this more workable space here. We left the front as it is, and Harry next door is going to cut us a bespoke Into Music 3D sign to sit on the front, which is going to look cool. And then that's going to complete that. This aluminium strip that we took off the edge didn't really come off very well, so I've ordered some more. It's coming tomorrow, and then when that arrives, we can clad that edge again, put our corners back on, and it will start to look like a flight case again, which is pretty cool. Obviously, cutting it in half has opened up the back as well, which means that we've been able to put a little shelf in there, which looks quite nice and neat. The whole thing looks pretty cool, and again, when this aluminium strip comes tomorrow, we can just finish off that edge like that. So yeah. So part of the reason that me and Ralphie are in work today is to wait for these important deliveries, and they've arrived, and I'm going to crack them open and show you guys what we've got. So we'll start with this one. This is the new merch item that you saw me signing off on the last video. So let's crack it open. So there we have it. These are Into Music keychains for your keys. So they've got the Into Music logo on, but they've also got the Long Live Live Music logo that we have on the recent merch drop. So these are pretty cool, pretty hard wearing, and they look quite cool on your keys. So this is the exciting one. This is our first delivery from Porter and Davies. So you saw me loading these new products onto the website earlier on in the week, and our first shipment has arrived. If you haven't heard of it before, is a monitoring system where essentially the brain plugs into your throne and it sends a signal up into your bum, essentially. As you're playing drums, you'll feel the vibration through you, and it's just a totally different way of monitoring your bass and your kit. It's phenomenal. Without actually physically doing it, it's so hard to explain. So I'm glad that we finally got these in store and that we can sell these so that we can demonstrate them. I've used one myself for a while, so I know how amazing they are. So yeah, we can demo these now in store. So if you want to come down and have a look, feel free. I actually got in touch with a customer of mine who's been wanting one of these for a while, and he's snapped up a BC2 straight away from us. So we've got one of these going straight out tomorrow. So it'd be great to see him and hand over the first Porter and Davies. Good morning, it's Thursday and we're back in store. Ollie's here, and look at this. Told you on Monday, why hasn't this sold? We've had a lot of interest in it, and it's finally gone. So we're going to get this packed up this morning and get this Clear Vista light to its new home. So this package is some items from this Meinl Sonic Energy catalogue. So some chimes, this is a frame drum and a frame drum case. So they're going out in a second. So that first package was all our cymbal top-ups. There's about 10 Meinl cymbals in there. Most of them are for stock, but this 17-inch Jazz medium thin is going out to a customer. We're waiting on this. And it's going out with another 22-inch monophonic ride. So let's get these packed up. Cool, so it's been a good morning so far. John has been in to collect the Porter and Davies that I said we'd sold yesterday. So that's the first Porter and Davies in the bag out the door, which is cool. Next thing is another customer has dropped off this Orange County drums and percussion snare to us. Stunning drum. I think we sold this to him originally, actually. We had it in second hand. And there's a slight issue with one of the lugs. The inner part of the lug has sheared off inside, so it doesn't tighten basically. So we've ordered him a replacement insert. So I'm just going to whip the heads off this, replace this lug for him, and hopefully it'll be good to go. So there we go, nice quick simple repair on that one. So that's one sheared lug insert out and another one put in. And I did notice that two of the bolts that were in the snare drum from the customer were probably too long. That's probably what's caused the snap in the lug insert, to be fair. So I fitted two of the new Gibraltar ones that are just much better for that lug size. So the customer can have those ones as spares. And that is another repair done. Look at this weather. It's absolutely beautiful yesterday, and now it's just really miserable and rainy. But a delivery has just arrived. This is quite a lot of meters, I think 6 meters worth of this edging to finish off this counter. So I'm going to jump on that, get this cut and finished up quickly so that we can get this in the shop ready for the weekend. So that's what I'm doing next. So there we have it, it's finished. Our new counter is pretty much ready to go. Just need Harry next door to cut out the Intermusic logo to put on the front, and then we can find a home for it in the shop. And the good thing is, it's on wheels. So we can take it with us wherever we go. Let me show you. So we've put all the trim back on so that it now looks like a complete flight case, front and back. And obviously we've got this really cool shelf now on the back side. And it looks nice and neat, ready to go. And we can take it with us to our shows. So I wanted to show you this real quick. We've had a busy day today of buying in the shop. We've purchased a few kits and some other little bits, but this really did stand out to me. So this is a Noble & Cooley solid shell. I love the finish, and it is a birch snare, solid shell, black nickel hardware. And yeah, it's just a stunner. It's just a stunner. It's got the original Noble & Cooley tag and paperwork, and the paperwork explains how to change the heads on these because I don't know if you know, but the solid shell, they have like these special nodal points for the lugs, so it makes changing the heads not tricky at all, to be honest, but you just have to pay a bit more attention than when you do on a normal snare. But the difference that makes to sound is well worth it. So we're gonna, I've already played this because it just looked like it was gonna sound amazing. 14x7 solid shell. So we're gonna process this now. We're gonna get this into stock and get it on the website. Ollie's busy building that Yamaha DTX. So let's go and check in, see how he's getting on.
Hello, we're finally in a position to be able to show you the DTX6 mesh kit in the shop that's now finally set up after a lot of messing about. So just to take you through a few little features, obviously with it being the mesh pads, obviously a lot of people on the market see them as the best in terms of the feel of them, obviously the sound dampening, everything like that. You've got basically 3 10-inch pads and 1 12-inch. So the 12-inch snare is the biggest one out of the DTX range. Moving on to the cymbals, you've got all 3 zone cymbals. The ride cymbal, which is zone dependent, in terms of when you're hitting it, the different sounds you get on that one. Obviously all can be choked and muted. You've also got the upgradable extra hi-hat, so it's like sort of separate from the kit itself, and the upgraded bass drum as well, which is a really cool feature. Obviously, as the other DTX6s, we absolutely love the modules on these. Yeah, they're really spot on, obviously, with all your professionally recorded Yamaha kits in there and all the different features on them. And then, yeah, lastly, there is also the rack, which on this one has a couple of little upgrades. So you've got a few extensions for your cymbals and your module. So everything's sort of a bit more movable than the other racks on the other DTX6 range, but yeah.
So I'm just locking up, and I thought I'd show you another 2 items that we brought in today at the shop. So this is that little Sonor AQX micro bop that I was telling you about. So this is a 14 bass, 8-inch tom, 13 floor, 13 snare. It's in like a black sparkle. It's a lovely finish. 2-tone hoops. Really nice little kit. Great busking kit, jazz kit, whatever you want. Sounds really nice. But I want to show you this more than anything. This is a used Byzance Meinl Nuance ride. 21-inch. It's got the rivets in the top here. So it's got a total of 6 rivets, 21-inch, looks the part, and it also sounds the part as well. It's not one of them rides that you see very often. It's not like the mainstream ones, like the polyphonics and stuff like that. But yeah, it's definitely one that goes under the radar. This is used, believe it or not, so we've just put it up on the site for $349, I believe. So if it's still there when the video goes out, go and check it out.
Morning guys, it's Friday. Just accepted the first delivery of the day. A big pallet delivery for our new Rohema display with the first lot of sticks. So yeah, we've got a few bits on today. This will be later on, getting all the first lot of stock onboarded, and this all put up and ready for display in the shop for hopefully a nice, a good day in the shop tomorrow.
So that was just a quick head change for a customer who popped in this morning with an old 90s Pearl Export that he uses as a practice kit, and it's taken a battering and just needed some cheap heads just for a practice room. So we put the Attack heads on because they're a little bit more budget friendly. These are American made heads, still pretty good, still really, really nice. They're well known for the snare heads, so like the Baron with the red dot. You might have seen those on online. These snare heads are quite good. The tom heads are the ProFlex ones, they're just a single ply head. And we fitted them for him and off he went. So nice easy job there. We're having a bit of a tidy up, that's why we're not filming much. We're going to try and clear out our packing room so that we can crack on today. We've got obviously to build the Rohema stuff that Ollie told you about this morning, and we've got even more deliveries due today. So we just need to get tidied up and under control a little bit, so that's what we're doing. Okay, so I've just emptied the very last few of our Vic Firth sticks out of the rack. I never thought I'd see the day that we were bringing Vic Firth out of the shop. So any models that we did have left are put at the bottom of our Veta rack at the moment. We're going to go heavy with Veta in the next few months, but once we need to get rid of all of our Vic Firth stock first. So we've put these temporary labels on so we know which is in each bin and what we've got left stock-wise. So this is coming out. We're going to bring our Rohema pallet in with all the new stock and show you what we've got and what they've got to offer, which is different from any of these other amazing stick brands. Ollie's been building a kit for a customer that's coming to collect tomorrow, so let's go and check in with him and see what he's got.
Just finished building this kit for a customer that's coming to collect for this tomorrow. First thing you'll notice is the new finish. This is one of the new finishes of the Armoury range. It's the Blue Wave Burst, absolutely stunning finish. Second thing to note, they've also started as standard doing drilled bass drums on the Armoury range. We've been asked about that many times, and we're really happy they've listened. And yeah, so a lot of the Armoury is going to be coming with drilled bass drums. Yeah, so this is going out tomorrow.
So there it is, all built, looking fantastic. So really happy to finally have these in store. I said to you on the vlog a few weeks back, these are some of my favourite sticks to play. The German hornwood especially. I like a thin stick, as I said, and these hornwoods are like a ply of German beech. and they just sound and feel fantastic. So we've got all of those in the popular sizes, so 5A, 5B, 7A, and the 2 thinner models that I like as well. All your standard sticks, hickories, maples. There's some unusual sizes and tip styles going on here, so if you zoom in on those ones, like I say, they just fill some gaps that other brands don't do. Some of the rounded models down here are very nice. And they do some cool stuff like this, for example, the stick control. And basically it's aimed at beginners to just have like a tiny notch in the stick to help you with your grip and things like that. So if you're struggling with your grip or just starting out, they are definitely worth a look. And finally, the speed stick. So again, just like an ergonomic handle there for your finger to sit. It just feels great. German engineering at its best, eh? Also, some products from these guys. Mr. Muff muffins. We've done the mini muff for ages, which is a snare dampener which just clips onto your snare drum. But these are like mufflers for your drums. So they sit on the toms themselves, and they give like a vintagey sort of, as if you've covered your drums in tea towels tone. So they're really cool. I love the branding. We're really well stocked. We've got models for days on what we've got on the website. So feel free to come down, try these out, and shop online. So, as you saw yesterday, we finally sold our clear Vista light, Ludwig. So we replaced it straight away, got straight on the phone to Jamie, and we've bagged the very last purple Vista light to come out of the factory. So purple was the colour for last year. So this one's a 13, 16, 22. And we're going to get this unboxed and out on display, ready for the weekend. So there we have it, it's 5:30 on Friday and I'm just about to lock up and go home. Just sold another Porter Davies on the website. Get in, the BCX this time. The smaller module, the more portable version with the round top throne has gone. So that leaves us only one out of the 3 that got delivered this week. So order going in for them first thing Monday morning. The purple Vista, which doesn't seem to show up on the camera very well, does look stunning in person. You might just have to come down and check it out yourself. Hopefully we're going to have loads of people in checking out the new Rohema sticks tomorrow. And yeah, that's it for this week. Thanks so much again for tuning in and watching till the end. I really, really do appreciate it. Drop us a comment, drop us a subscribe and a follow and a like and all that good stuff. And yeah, we'll be back with another one very soon.